Sometimes it's hard to find a reason why, when everything is falling and all that's left to do is try your best to keep holding on to the next sunrise. But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Sometimes a mountain means it's time to climb higher than you've been before. So hold on tight and close your eyes. You'll make it faster than you know. Closer to the sunrise. 'Cause you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found.
Hello, everybody. Let me take these off. I wear those so I can hear the song and know when it ends. Welcome to another show of Happy Thoughts with Claudette. My name's Claudette Huber, and I live in Dawson Creek, British Columbia. And this is my little show. It's a way for me to gather around with my friends and some people that I haven't met yet, but I know we're going to be great friends. And we just chat about things that are uplifting, maybe challenges that we're dealing with, and ideas of how to look at them from maybe a different perspective. We are here to help each other out so that we can get through another week and feel like we're not alone, that we have people that care about us and are cheering us on, because this is the game of life and we all want to win it. So today is our 19th show. That's right, we're hit 19 shows. And we've called today's show Kick Up Your Heels. And here is the card for this week's show, Kick Up Your Heels. It's kind of an interesting picture. It's like you got the full moon there, then you have a half moon, and then you have a crescent moon. You can kind of see what's going on with the moon idea. And then there's a hare at the bottom, a rabbit leaping, and I just love when I see that red hair. Red hair to me it makes me think of people that have a gift of knowing and they're wild. So we're going to explore this card very soon. This card is based out of the ANGI SULLINS Dream Oracle deck. So this is what it looks like right here. And guess what, guys? Give me 1 second, because I remember what I didn't do. Connect. Please go live. Oh, it doesn't want to go live. Now we don't know if it was our problem. Okay, I really thought I did everything right this time for Instagram, but Christopher and I had to laugh because we did something very different on this show to see if Instagram would hook up to the show. And I was very, very convinced that this is going to be exactly the right thing to do. And then there was this big blue warning sign that was at the top, and it said that they are having trouble with third-party streaming companies and Instagram. So it's looking like we are one of the affected. They said not everybody, but they said a good portion of people are not able to go live. So, and it's looking like that's the case for us. Dang it, I was hoping that maybe we would be lucky enough that it wouldn't affect us, but it is affecting us. Hello, hello. Oh, I got to go into comments here. I'm already missing out. Bee's here. Corey is here. Corey is literally here in Dawson Creek. Yay! She has no sound on YouTube. Never mind. Let's turn up the volume. I love it, Corey. Hey, Jeremy. I hope well, obviously you did. You're in the chat room, but I was sure thinking about you and the heat. I really tried to make it to the Canada Day festivities and Puss, but I'm so sorry we couldn't make it. I had other things that I had to do, and I'll talk about those a little bit later. And let me see. Michelle, hello from my porch. Oh, that's awesome. You probably have a phenomenal view from your porch. And B, I guess I'll have to find where to change my name, LOL. Oh, why's that, B? Wonder what she's going there. Blake is in the house. Shannon's in the house. Okay, I think Shannon, you were talking about how sunburnt you were in your post. Oh, we all know, what it feels like when you feel like it's the worst sunburn you've ever had. And when you said this feels like the worst sunburn I ever had, I was like, oh man, I know what that feels like. You feel like you put your hand like even this far away from your skin and you feel the heat coming off, right? Ugh. I hope you have lots of aloe vera. I know that was like a saving thing for me. I was slathering myself with aloe vera the last time I had a bad burn. And okay, I did get permission to talk about this, guys. Talking about burns. OMG. Okay, I have Christopher's leaving. He's like, I don't need to hear this story for the fourth time. Because I did tell Christopher about it because he's Michelle. So I'm going to put, actually, here, I'm all over the map here. Let's do this. Do you remember Michelle, right? This is her, our tea leaf reader. Beautiful Michelle. And she takes people on tours through Untamed Tours up in Tumbler Ridge. She's like, she's an outdoors gal. Like she can jump out of a helicopter and help go rescue people. Like she's a badass woman. And she reads tea leaves to boot, and she makes me think of the Harry Potter woman. Yeah. Anyway, I got this message and I wasn't ready for it because I just saw Michelle. I'm like, oh, it's Michelle. And I just go right in there and I see what's on my messages. And here's a picture, a photo of her injury. So she was out. I'm sure she's going to talk about it when she comes on her show. So I don't want to take away too much of her story. But she ended up having an injury and burning herself. And her hand is just, I felt like I was looking at a medical book. Let's put it that way. The burn is so bad. So bad. She's coming back to the hospital today or tomorrow in Dawson Creek. But they had to take her straight to the hospital, and I did not realize that. But when you have the big it bubbles up, you're not supposed to pop it or anything. You got to leave it. And so, because I said to my husband, I said, there's got to be a reason why they're still so big, these big bubbles. And yeah, my husband said, no, Claudette, the skin is like brand new on there. It's not ready. And it's very, very highly infectious if it gets exposed. So they probably want her not to pop them or leave them. And Oh, we all know what a burn feels like, and I just can't imagine, man, the fortitude it would take to get to, to mentally just keep going and not let that pain overtake you. I mean, you don't have a choice, but I'm just saying, everybody knows a burn is a burn. Hey, Jeremy's a cook. I'm sure he has scars. I swear he even showed me a scar not long ago from cooking. God, it's unforgiving burns. Oh, Blake, like she was, if I remember correctly, it was like a cooking accident. Like she said that the earth shook or something, or like quaked a bit, and she had a pot, I believe, of water, and it spilled over her hand. Oh, it's horrible. So I wanted to say to everybody, if you do that kind of thing at night and you whisper a prayer, please include Michelle in your prayers. Just wishing for a speedy recovery and a full recovery, that her hand is okay after all of this, and that her skin grows back beautifully. And I can't imagine that. And it's always terrible when injuries happen in the summer as well, right? Because that's when our summers are so short here in Dawson Creek in the northern part of Canada, and every day counts. Like, you get out with, when the dew's still on the grass kind of thing, because you want to make sure that you get all those beautiful sunlight hours and enjoy them to the max before winter comes. Picnic table shook, she says, and a pot of boiling water fell on my hand. Yeah. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm sure she'll tell us then when she comes on the show here in a couple of weeks with her husband. Horrible, horrible. Shivering for you. And yeah, Christopher was having a hard time when I didn't show him the pictures, Michelle, but even just the story, and he was wincing. I said, I know, you can only imagine what the pictures look like. So who knows, maybe we'll put those pictures on her show, and you can see it when she comes on. I just wanted to talk to her and have her permission on all that. Do you have a trimmer? Did you have a tremor? Oh, a tremor. I know. Why did the ground shake? But that's all stuff we can ask her. Blake, keep that question, and then when we interview her, I'm going to ask her that. Oh, I know. So we've got Shannon, who got a sunburn. And you want to hear something weird? After you talked about your sunburn, Shannon, I started seeing like an interesting thought out there, a conspiracy. They're saying that the sunlight has gone from yellow to white light. And they were saying that. Now, I don't think this is like scientific, because I didn't get to check it out, so I can't vet it for everybody. But I'm just saying it was quite interesting, and I thought I need to learn more about this, because I have not heard anything like that. But they're saying the sun is different and the heat is different. So I found that kind of interesting, especially in light of what Shannon was saying. I mean, we all know the dangers of being out in the sun, and we've all sunburned, but people are alleging that the sun is giving off a more... It's not even, they were saying, like, to the point where it's not even healthy for you. Like, and God, I remember just laying in the sun and loving it. Oh, Shannon's saying, check out the Schumann resonance. The sun is doing funky things. Oh, okay. There you go. For those of you that watch out for the Schumann resonance. I know that there are people that take that very seriously. I mean, it's fascinating when I do get a chance to hear people talk about it. I'm definitely paying attention and listening. So Michelle is just adding here that the two of them got up from the picnic table at the same time, and the picnic table moved enough to knock the pot over. Oh, all right. Enough talk about owies. I'm just so glad that, it's something we can recover from, Michelle. Oh, So today we're going to read about our zodiac signs, right? We're going to see what all our sun signs have in store for us for this month, as well as the good days and maybe the days where we want to sleep in or miss a meeting, whatever we need to do to just kind of glide through that day. How was Canada Day weekend for everybody? I know that Shannon and Jeremy were really busy. It looked like I heard that it was a really good turnout. Mine was kind of quiet, which I wanted. So the first day I got really excited because I thought, oh my God, I got 3 days in a row. I can't remember the last time I had 3 days in a row. So I spent the first day, just weed whacking and pulling weeds and doing all those things that I find them quite fun, honestly. I love putzing around in the yard, so that was really good. And you're always reminded, because this was basically my first official day working in the yard, and I was reminded the next day about how sore you get your butt from bending over and your hips, and then my biceps, my arms from holding the weed trimmer. Yeah, I was like, oh my God. So the next day was kind of quiet. Just hung out and just watched some TV, and it was so cool too for us because Dave was off as well, so we got to hang out together, and Ben was home, so it was just the three of us and just hanging out and what are we gonna have for lunch? There was no pressure, so that was fun. And then we all had thought that we were going to go to Puskpay for our Canada Day festivities and join everybody and go support our friends. Shannon Brandel was doing readings, and Jeremy with Hungry Duckling Catering was there. And there was a lot of other people. I think Stephanie was there, a girl and her cows, but now she calls herself, I feel so bad I can't remember what her company name is, but she does all the cups. There was a lot of people, a lot of vendors there. Yeah, so I got a message from Corey, and she's in the chat here, and we were just overjoyed to learn that her dad, well, we're calling her dad, got a place at the manor. So, for locals, how long of a wait it is to get a room. Hey, Kayla. Hi, welcome. So we ended up, you just jump and rise. When they tell you have a room available, you take advantage of it. So, and for Corey, she's traveling all the way from Calgary, to get to do this. So we thought, you know what, Canada Day comes every year. And Papa Frank, this is his move day, so we're going to do it. So, and I was so happy that we could do it. Even Ben came and helped, which was lovely. He doesn't get many opportunities to just go and help out. So I was very proud as a mama to see him moving and lifting things. And he even stayed for dinner afterwards, which was really lovely. And yeah, it was just nice to see Papa Frank getting all settled into his apartment. And it was a beautiful thing to think that I was helping out too and feeling a part of it all. There was this moment, and for those of you who don't know who Papa Frank is, well, they were the couple that lived in Tumbler Ridge that I really looked up to. They were like my parents, and very close to me, because when we lived in Tumbler, I didn't have any family there, neither did David. So for us, it was, they were just an older couple, and they emulated a lot of the values that we thought were values that we as well ascribe to. And they were just public people in helping out in the community. They led the Lions Club and did a lot of fundraisers and just really, active in the community. And there's nothing nicer than having someone of a mature age willing and wanting to spend time with you and is invested in you and is encouraging you, as you're navigating your young parenthood years. So that's what I was blessed with. And as most of you know who watch the show, every time we start the show, we always give credit and welcome Grace, our moderator. And so that's Frank's wife who passed away, and Corey's mom. And Grace had said to me that she was never going to leave me, and I've always felt like she's here. We definitely feel like she's here. But it was especially special when we were moving Frank in, because there was this moment where I had only found one coffee cup, and Corey and I had figured out and set up the Keurig, and everything was nice on the counter. And Frank, of course, without even knowing we were doing that, he just kind of decided in his fun way, he said, "Hey, nobody's offered me a cup of coffee in my new place here." And so I just, right away, we're excited to go make him a coffee. It is something else to uproot someone from their home. And I feel like I want to say 27 years he lived in that house. And even weirder than that and incredible, they moved into their home on Canada Day, and he moved out of their home on Canada Day. Yeah, really makes you stop and think nothing is coincidence. What an interesting timeline for Frank, to ponder. I feel like it's a way for the universe to say it's okay and we've got you. But anyway, back to the coffee story. I thought, well, I've only got this one mug, and I slipped it into the, where you put the cup to make coffee, and off we go. We make the coffee, and we went into the living room just to chat with Frank a little bit more, and then we all came back into the kitchen. We're looking at the mug, and I'm just dumbfounded, because I didn't see the other side of the cup, and that was Grace's cup. So we all show up at the coffee machine, and here's this freshly brewed cup of coffee. Makes me want to choke up a little bit. And it was Grace's cup. Like it said Grace and had a beautiful poem. And at first, of course, I was a little horrified. I was like, oh my God, Claudette, that's probably like a sacred cup. Like, oh my God, you just made coffee in her cup. And then Spirit immediately gave me the message, and it was just like this beautiful message saying, no, this is a beautiful moment, and it happened the way 30 years, Corey's saying, that they lived and shared that house together in Tumblr. They lived in that community for 30 years. So that's an emotional thing, And Frank, he should have a medal. He is moving with the changes like a champion and such a gentleman. Anyhow, we're all looking at this mug, and I realize it was Grace's way to say, I'm here. I really, truly felt like that's what it was. And I feel like Corey and Frank as well, Papa Frank, felt the same way. Grace had just wanted to make sure to tell everyone, I'm in here. I'm here with you, Frank. So it was a beautiful moment, and it as awkward as it was, I really feel like I had to grab that mug, and I can't believe how I didn't see the other side until we all walked back out and saw it. A sign she will always be with him. That's right, B. Oh, you changed your name. I see it. Now you got your married name there. Halbert is new for me. I know you as the Rutledge. And it was wonderful to see you, B. Yeah, everybody. You don't have to come into the store to buy something. Like, I love it when people pop in and say hi and we have a quick visit. So B just happened to be at the electronics store next door having her computer looked at. And so we had a quick little chat, and that was really nice to see her. It's a nice way to catch up and see things. Kayla, it looks like you had a great Canada Day weekend as well. I saw that car seat picture with all the kids. That was awesome. Going to spend some time. Same person. Well, I think I need to keep moving on here. What else do I have to say? Let's talk about the weather. Today was weird. Like, it just felt like, you know how in the afternoon when the clouds kind of cover the sun for that little bit and then it comes back out and the rest of the day it's, I don't know, for me that's how I often as a kid would say, oh, okay, it's that time because the clouds are covering the sun, and then all of a sudden the sun would come out in the rest of the afternoon. It was just like a timestamp for me. But today it felt like that sun just never managed to come right out from the clouds, which was, yeah, it made it cooler. We've been dealing with some hotter temperatures. Yeah, it was an amazing experience. I agree, Corey. Like, you can't make this stuff up, right? It just happens. Claudette, where did you get that beautiful necklace? Oh, this has been calling me. This necklace has been calling me. It's lemon chrysoprase, and it's been for sale for like ages in the store, but I indulged myself today, and it's been haunting me for a long time, and I just thought, no, I'm buying it. There's a reason why I need it, and yeah. It's definitely going to help me metaphysically. It's got some great attributes that I need. It was fitting, but quite an indulgence, and it's a beautiful piece. Again, from the gentleman that had all the jewelry and the crystals at the expo. That's his piece, one of his pieces that I bought last year. I know, it felt like rain today, but there was no rain. Christopher, said it like it spat for a little bit, but really not even worth mentioning. So what do we got for temperature? We did hit 21, but honestly, I don't even feel like we've really hit our hot days yet. Like, we're not there yet. We still got August to go through because we're still at night hovering in the cooler temps. It's like 11 degrees will be our high for this evening. Yeah. Okay. That paper's done. We are done with that one. What are we doing next? I think we're going to jump right in now. We're going to do our zodiac signs. Everybody ready for that? Yeah. Oh, thanks. I feel called for it. I've always had a thing for turquoise myself too. Sorry, I keep forgetting I'm on a screen and I need to be more mindful of that. Okay, I'm going to move my keyboard away so that I have room, and I don't really need it that much anymore. All right, so this is where I read everybody's astrology sun sign predictions from. This is the Llewellyn's astrological calendar. You can get one of these every year. They put this out every year. So for 2026, they may even be advertising them already, and you could pre-order them. I'll make sure, and I'm going to write it down right now, to have that link in the show notes on YouTube. Link for calendar, so that you know where to go get your new calendar. And hopefully the new owners of Happy on Main, when that happens, they will continue to bring the calendars in. Because we usually bring in about 3 of these in. And I always end up with one, which I'm fine with. I love it. So, here we go. It was so cold, Kayla says, when she went camping, sleeping in the tent. Oh, there's no way I can sleep on the ground anymore. Yo, my gosh. Good for you, Kayla. You're a trooper. So, here we go. Aries is going to be our first zodiac sign that we're going to read. And you always get favorable days and not so favorable days. So, make sure you have a pen and paper, or you get your phone ready in your calendar app so that you can circle these days and make sure that you're aware of the good days to do things and the not so good days to do things. Aries, for July, if you are feeling a bit out of sorts, don't sweat it. You'll need to find creative ways to adapt and overcome challenges this month. While it's tempting to charge ahead, taking a more analytical approach is your best bet. I'm really distracted right now. Do you mind if we come back to this? Because guess what? We didn't read what our card meant. I just realized this. Okay, real quick, guys, because we want to know what our card means. And let me add this to the stage. Our Dream Song Oracle. This was our card. Kick up your heels. We're going to read the meaning of that card for today. And it's card number 25. I have some other things I want to talk about today, so I think I'm a little scattered and I'm not keeping my order correct here. Kick up your heels. Card number 25. I also am going to go over here because I need to do this. That's part of our agreement. And go Command C because I need to clip that, and I'm going to put it into the comments, Command V, and I'm going to go over here. This will be the link to ANGI SULLINS, the poet, the author of the Dream Song Oracle deck. She just asked that we put that address in there so you can find her. We often go and show you her website. We won't be doing that this week, but you can click on the link here. And if you want to find out more about her and the places that you can find her, again, when you go to the YouTube and you read the description underneath the show, all of these links will be there to all these different things that I talk about. So, kick up your heels. Now is the time to dance. I like that. Let's put this back here so we're all on the same page. Here's our card. If you have a particular achievement or success, celebrate. You are invited to take the time to enjoy it rather than hurrying on towards the next goal. This is so true. How many of us don't stop and celebrate a win? We're just already moving on to the next one. I just find that it's something I tend to do. I think that some of us were brought up that it was indulgent to be proud of anything you did, or like to give any extra like accolade or mention. It was, I don't know, the way I was brought up, things were not celebrated. It was vain to do that. So I am very much a person that is always going to the next goal without really stopping and like enjoying what I just achieved. And I am very mindful of that, and I'm trying to stop and smell the roses and stop and enjoy the achievement before I go and do something else. Kids want to watch a movie, I'm heading off. Have a wonderful night, Michelle. Take care of yourself. Sleep will be a big one, I'm sure, for your health journey. This card is yelling at me, Shannon says. Okay, thanks, B, for giving me a pass. So, if you have a particular achievement or success, you are invited to take the time to enjoy it rather than hurrying on towards the next goal. Indulge the joy you have created for yourself. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to say that again. Indulge the joy you have created for yourself. Yeah. If there is no specific event to celebrate, this moment invites you to remember that in any given instance, you can dance for sovereignty or hustle for approval. Hustle creates anxiety and stress as you try to please everyone. Dance is birthed from knowing your deservedness and embodying your inherent worth. When you align with that worth, your life becomes increasingly buoyant. As Rumi said, when you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving in you, a joy. That joy insists you kick up those heels. Well, sounds like that's a good card for once, instead of me feeling like I'm bearing my soul out to all of you people and having like my life is all in public. Sounds like we can have fun. It sounds like we need to just enjoy and be following our soul, following our bliss. I love it. Thank you. That's a beautiful card. Looking at this picture. The butterflies. There's this wicked flower in the picture, and I'm trying to look at this top bloom. It's a very interesting bloom. Not sure what kind. It's almost like it's giving birth to a star or a sun or something. There's a little bit of esoteric knowledge in here. Like last week, not that mudras are esoteric, but I mean, it was very interesting to have the hand, right? Doing that, and I said, you can't hold a flower like that. You wouldn't hold a flower like that. And I can't remember, but David actually looked it up and then he sent me the meaning. So there was a meaning. That was a mudra hand. And I should have known mudra. So yeah, I think this is a pass, everyone. Yay, no working, Shannon. That's right. I think you just need to be like, of course, when I think about you, I'm thinking you're wearing like a little fairy dress and you're enjoying yourself. And you just enjoy, settle down, enjoy what you've created, and just be in it. I think when I say that, I feel like for you, Shannon, especially, you're going to get insight because you're going to slow down enough that you're going to be able to observe things, and you're going to be in that place that your mind won't be scattered and distracted by what you need to be doing or what you feel like you need to be doing, and you'll be able to concentrate on just being in the moment. And as you do that, you're going to see new revelations that you need. There we go. Giving you a little insight there for you. Okay, now we can jump back to astrology. So I'm going to start right back with Aries. That exactly when I relax, the info will come. Well, there you go. That definitely was your card. Okay, Aries, here is your July. Okay, it says, if you're feeling a bit out of sorts, don't sweat it. You'll need to find creative ways to adapt and overcome challenges this month. Oh, so you're kind of like in an uncomfortable place. I don't like that. While it's tempting to charge ahead, taking a more analytical approach is your best bet. Oh, I feel for you, Aries. That's not fun to be in a place where you're feeling unsettled and things aren't fitting, the pieces aren't going together, and you just feel like you just want something to fit and something to work so you can have a little peace in your head. I get it. I get it. They're telling you this is going to require some thinking, and not thinking from here so much, but thinking here. All right, favorable days towards the end of the month for you, 24, 25, and 26. And your days that you're going to find that you struggle a bit are 9, 10, and 11. Wow, you got 3 and 3 days of each. So demanding days 9, 10, and 11. Those are the days where you definitely are not going to be spontaneous or, how would I say, like just doing something on a whim because you're tired of feeling this way. Don't do it, Aries. I feel like for you, you just got to be, this is a growing time for you. I feel like I'm getting this sense that this is a bit of a test for you to just sit in the uncomfortableness, and then you're going to learn how to navigate that and be more comfortable when things are the way they are, when they're not fitting in the way they should fit in. But you have that peace in you that you know it will pass and that you need more time. Because by learning to have that, not be so spontaneous or quick to react, you actually get more information, and that you will find extremely useful for yourself towards the situations that you're trying to navigate right now. That's my take on Aries. Taurus, you may be feeling extra social. If you're itching to catch up with friends but don't want to go out, invite them over. Even a low-key hangout could satisfy your social cravings without pushing you out of your comfort zone. Well, I have to agree. I think my Taurus sister, she's social, but she's not social. Yeah, I think that for many Tauruses, they would like to be at home. But when you feel that urge to get together with your friends or your family, they're saying, like, don't just put that off to the side, Taurus. It's probably going to be really good for you. It's so important to do things outside of the things that we find necessary every day in order to help us, pay the bills and look after our children and et cetera, et cetera. I'm very aware that I've lost sight of how healing it is to do things outside of the routine that feed you. And I didn't realize how much they feed me. Like, just to simply go and spend time with family friends, like being with Frank and Corey. I haven't done anything like that for so long, and it was just really nice to do something that wasn't focused on my job or focused on the things that I'm really focused on right now, like, selling the store and all the things. So you come back and you're refreshed. And I feel like for you, Taurus, you're being encouraged to go make something happen. Like do a wine testing night, do a fun, I don't know, get a henna kit and do something fun that way. But get your close friends together, or your sister-in-law and your sisters together. Maybe you got to go play that golf. Whatever it is, guys and girls. It's not about genders here, but I just want you to think about Tauruses getting out of the house if you can, and if you can't, bring them over to your house. Maybe you want to do like the thing now is like lager testing, and you can have a whole strip of little tester cups and just have fun. Have fun. It's going to bring back the life inside of you. Your good days, Taurus, are the 1st, the 27th, and the 28th. And your demanding days are the 12th and the 13th. So back to back, 12 and 13, Taurus. Those are probably the days you don't want to have company over. I don't feel like you're going to be very sociable. Here we go. Next is Gemini. Diplomacy will come in handy this month. Ooh, diplomacy. The potential for inflated egos and conflict is turned up, and falling victim to them will not help you in the long run. Oh, that's not fun, Gemini. Work with the situation rather than against it to get through this challenge. Sounds like you've got a bit of a month ahead of you, Gemini. So what is that we say? Keep your inside voice inside. It sounds like you're going to have to bite your tongue, and some buttons are going to get pushed. So just remember that, and remember that your team is saying don't feed into it. This is going to be for your betterment, that you don't engage in it. You're going to have to kind of roll over a little. Like, you're going to feel like I am beyond being easygoing, considering what I feel is not right in this situation. But they're really urging you, and I'm sure they see in the long run this is going to be helpful for you, that you need to just kind of roll over and let that happen, and don't push. So you have a lot of favorable days, and that's good, because it sure seems like you're going to have a rough go of it. I find that so hard, because I'm a fiery girl when it comes to talking about or speaking up when I need to speak up. So, so your good days, and you have a lot of them. The 2nd, so today was a good day for you. The 3rd, the 29th, the 30th, the 31st. And you've only got 2 days to worry about, the 14th and the 15th. So just keep those days really, I would say mark those days as reminders on your calendar, Gemini, because you may say something you're going to regret, and they're trying to save you from doing that, because the damage looks like it's going to be not anything, like sometimes you cannot come back from what you say. All right, Cancer. Happy birthday, Cancer. Aim high when setting intentions or making plans this year. You may have a bit of extra luck on your side. Oh, good for you, Cancer. It's a lucky year. The full moon on the 10th can provide insight and objectivity on how to make your dreams a reality. Oh, very cool. So be mindful of the full moon on the 10th. Sounds like you might be given a message through your dreams, or if you do meditation, thoughts may come to you. I think the 10th, or you may, like, it could be anything, guys. It's not just for the people that are not like spiritual. Like, listen, you could run into someone on the street on the 10th, and they're going to be telling you something incredibly important that's going to help point you in a different direction, and it's going to be an incredible direction for you, it sounds like, Cancer. Good for you. I'm very happy. So your favorable days are 4, 5, and 6. And then your days that aren't so great are the 16th and the 17th. So those are the days that, like I say, pull the covers over your head and just stay in bed, if you can. Leo. Well, this is my David. Now's the time to finish projects. Clean up unfinished business. Oh, man. I feel like we could do that, honey. We could. We've got a lot of unfinished business and projects. And get rid of things you're not using. Oh, my God. Yeah, we could definitely do that, too. I keep saying it in the winter. Oh, we're going to have a yard sale and we're going to get rid of stuff. And then summer comes and it's so short and I never make it a priority. I've actually got boxes of stuff that I need to do. I think I should just decide I'm going to do a yard sale, and then we don't have a choice. We're going to be doing it that day. That's probably what I should do. But David, we got to talk about this. Get rid of things you're not using as you approach the end of your personal solar cycle. Oh, wow. Clear the decks to pave way for fresh, revitalizing energy. I feel it. I feel like this is definitely a time of endings for us, but not in a sad way. I refuse to look at it that way. I think that they are things that have come to their end, things that are not meant to be forever. That's how we evolve, and that's how we grow and change. And so, yeah, Leos, you are like, it's almost like you're prepping for the birth of a baby. What do they call that when a mom is just before she gives birth? Women start fluffing up their nest. They literally start cleaning, and they get very active, like cleaning in the house and just setting things up and nesting. I think it's called nesting. I can't remember. There's a term for it, but I feel like nesting. I am right, Kayla. I feel like this is for Leos. Get nesting. If you feel that urge, obey it. Do it. They're getting you ready because you have a grand opportunity ahead of you if you're making way for it and you make room for it. So I'm going to be urging David, because we do have some things that we should finish up. We've got lots of unfinished projects and things. So your good days are 7 and 8 coming right up. And then the demanding days are 18 and 19. And I am so happy to know that the demanding days are not happening on the week that we're away together. So yay so far. I'll see what Sagittarius has in store for us, and hopefully we'll have some, this is not the end all, right? I get it. So even if they say I'm going to have a challenging day, I will just make sure to navigate that carefully and make it a great day. And that goes for everybody's days that are demanding. Okay, moving on to Virgo. You may find that your irritability score is high and you have an overstimulated nervous system. Oh, that's not a nice place to be. I'm so sorry, Virgo. You know, this is easily fixed, though. So easily fixed. You just got to stop and pause and breathe. Yeah. Remove yourself from stressful situations when possible. Sometimes I have to do that. Do deep breathing exercises often and find a mantra you can recite when you need to get centered. Wow, Virgo, this is heavy for you. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, but you know what? It's not so much about going through it. They want you to become aware of how high, fast-paced you've been going, and you're not stopping, kind of like the card that we read before we started doing all of the sun signs. You need to stop and enjoy the moments instead of like always looking ahead for the next moment and working towards the next thing. You're actually you're just reacting. You're reacting because you haven't had a moment to breathe. And they're saying that you need to do that because that's why you're irritable. Oh, and it's not fun to be irritable. It's not fun to be the person on the receiving end of irritability. And it's not even fun to be the person giving it out because as you're giving it out, you feel like you're a shitty person too. So it's just this vicious cycle. So, I hope that you listen to this and try it because it does work. When you find that your stress is getting high in a situation, it's not like you got to dramatically get out of the room and leave, but I'm just suggesting that you remove yourself from the anxiety. Maybe go take a walk. I have this odd thing that I like to do when I'm full of anxiety or I'm really, really stressed and I need to calm and ground myself. I like walking in a graveyard. It's very, very calming. It's very quiet. And it helps me remember that life is short. And I think about all of these people that had lives, they lived them, they had experiences, just like I'm having my experiences. And one day I will be there in the ground as well, like my body will. And so it just helps me like find perspective and quiet so I can get sorted out. So you have good days, the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th, Virgo. And the days when you really need to like keep it calm will be the 20th and the 21st. Okay, and we're moving on. We've got Libra next. Libra. Love and communication flow easily, creating a balance with tension you might feel in other areas of your life. Okay, what the heck? I have to read that again. Love and communication flow easily, creating a balance with tension you might feel in other areas of your life. While you might clash with loved ones periodically, keep the lines of conversation open to help smooth things over and learn from disagreements. Sounds like they're basically saying you're going to be in a safe place to go up and down and have happy times and not so happy times, and everything's going to be okay, like there's no damaging effects from anything, that it will balance out. And that's pretty cool. You know, for some people, they don't feel safe having a disagreement with someone. That's really terrifying for them. So I think that's really cool that they're saying, for you, Libra, if you are very uncomfortable with confrontation or you're uncomfortable with making somebody upset, you know, so you're always kind of overcompensating, they're actually giving you a little bit of an out, and they're saying it's going to be okay. Even when the other person will express that they're upset, guess what? You're going to work it out and it's going to be okay. And I think for all of us, it's a really good reminder that it is important to speak up for ourselves, because it's not worth years and years of like being like silenced, and you lose yourself and you start to realize you're living your life according to somebody else and for somebody else. Like, you don't even know who you are anymore. So that's kind of the message I get with Libra, is take those steps of faith, knowing it's okay to disagree, as long as it's done respectfully. And it sounds like you guys are going to figure it out and you grow from that. Favorable days for you are the 12th and the 13th. And your demanding days are the 22nd and the 23rd. Okay. We've got Scorpio next. Scorpio. Feeling out of sync with the people in your life? That's okay. Just keep in mind that communication might hit a few bumps, and it will pass. Navigate these hiccups with patience rather than getting lost in misunderstandings. Breathe. You've got this. Sometimes we just can't seem to communicate with each other. We feel like we've said it exactly the way we need to say it, and yet the other person, it's like from Venus and Mars kind of thing. Like, even Dave and I have days like that where we're just like, how is it that he's not understanding what I said? And we just have to give ourselves a little space, and then we come back and we have a nice, calm discussion, and we figure it out. And that's kind of like the love and communication flow easily Libra reading. But what I'm saying is that, Scorpio, this isn't just about the people that are in your love life. This is for just regular people. It could be a coworker. It sounds like you're going to have moments where you feel like they didn't get it. They're not getting it, and you feel like you want to keep pushing. And they're saying, I would say in July, this wouldn't be a month to kind of champion and push your points of view on people. Yeah, it sounds like you just gotta kind of like walk away from those moments when you feel misunderstood, or they didn't get your point. Sometimes it's not worth it, right? I've been seeing a lot of really inspirational like memes on social media talking about that, and I really like that, and I work on that. It's like, just because somebody doesn't appreciate or understand what you were trying to communicate doesn't mean you have to continually keep on them until they get it. Because number one, they're probably never going to get it. It's not meant for them to get it. And you're giving away your power by doing that, trying to convince somebody of something. And yeah, so I'm working on that. Letting people have wrong points of view or wrong understandings of me based on their own skewed way of interpreting my words. Gotta let that stuff go. Let's see. Scorpio, your good days are the 14th and the 15th. You've got demanding days, 24, 25, 26. So 24, 25, 26, bite your tongue. Bite your tongue. Okay, my sign is next, Sagittarius. Ideas are flowing. Don't let your enthusiasm lead you into unnecessary disagreements. Oh, while you're feeling chatty and full of ideas, you might also find yourself more reactive than usual. Find a way to express yourself freely while not stepping on toes. Oh, I get that last sentence. I can be very driven. Hey, Kristen, you joined us. Hello, hello. We're just on reading on Sagittarius here for July, and they're saying, Jeremy, do we tend to step on toes when we feel driven about something? Yeah. I like to think that I'm pretty sensitive, but I know that there are times when I get very driven, and I just know and inside that this is what needs to happen and this is how it's going to happen. And I can sometimes be blinded by the people beside. Yep, right? We just know we need to do it this way, and we're so excited to do it. And meanwhile, there's people on the side, and we're just not giving them the attention they probably deserve. and we may be saying things in a rush and not realizing we're kind of hurting their feelings as we're saying it. So yeah, okay, I'm going to be very mindful of that this month. And I'm super excited. I've got ideas flowing and I'm going to be enthusiastic. I need this. I am really excited about that. So when I'm feeling chatty, which I can be like that when I'm really excited about a project, poor Jesse. Jeremy's talking about his business partner at Hungry Ducklings. He says, poor Jesse. Jeremy's a Sagittarius just like me. So yeah, we get it. We know it. So our good days, Jeremy, 16 and 17. And for all those Sagittariuses out there, we've already had a demanding day, which was on the 1st. I don't know if I would say it was demanding for me, so thank the goddess for that. Uh-oh, I feel a cough coming on. Let's hope it's gone. I forgot to bring a bottle of water for me. Demanding days were the 1st, and then the 27 and 28. 28, that's our birthday day. Oh my goodness, I really wish I had water here. You know what? There are no rules. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get a bottle of water. I need it. Okay. Instead of struggling, I thought about it and then I didn't do it. Hi, Dave. He's not here. Where is he? Is he in the chat? I don't know. Okay, so we did our demanding days on Sagittarius and we're moving on to Capricorn. Thank you for your patience, you guys. We're just about through all of them. We got 3 more signs. So Capricorn, it's a mixed bag this month, so you might feel pulled in different directions. While your ambitions are fueled, your focus could get sidetracked. Take time to fine-tune plans and be prepared for unexpected shifts. Remain flexible and you're likely to make serious strides. Wow, that sounds like a really busy month for you, Capricorn. I remember being in moments like that where you've got so much going on and you're really feeling like inspired, but you also have other things that are exciting and going on, but maybe aren't so related to your project, and you feel like, you are here. Hey, David. Aw, he made it. He said he might be listening or he might not, as long as the plant was okay, so that's awesome. So Capricorn, keep focused. I know there's lots of exciting things going on all around you, and other people are thriving and doing things, and you feel like you could help them and do things as well with them. But it sounds like you need to be like focused on the things that you're doing for yourself, for your ambitions. Yeah. And they're saying to expect some like ideas coming in or opportunities coming in from other places, but again, related to you, not everybody else around you, your friends and your social network. You really, this month, they want you to concentrate on you. You've got some things coming out for yourself that are very exciting, and you need to be able to be focused on you so that you see them when they come and you can jump on them. So your favorable days are the 18th and the 19th. And your demanding days, oh my gosh, you got a lot of them. The 2nd, the 3rd, so today was one of them, the 3rd, the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st. Holy moly. The 29th, the 30th, 31st, the 2nd, and the 3rd. Well, I don't know. You can't go to bed for a week, Capricorn. But I would say do what you can there. See what you can do to lay low those days, or at least really temper those days' activities. And you know, I just remembered how I was saying we'll be gone at the end of July. My demanding days for Sagittarius, 27 and 28. Ah. Okay, I'll have to remember that. Be calm, Claudette, because I can get like that. Okay, we're moving on to Aquarius. You're getting mixed signals. 1 minute you're the life of the party, and the next you're drawn to evaluating deeper issues. Embrace the social energy, but let yourself dig a little deeper when you're alone. You're likely to gain surprising insight. Oh, wow. I feel like when I read that, Aquarius, that you're going to be evolving. You're going to be having an opportunity to have some insight or maybe break through in an area that you've been struggling. You have an opportunity here if you want, when you do take time out for yourself and you're having that, like if you're journaling or you're whatever, however you do for your quiet time, you take those walks in the, in the bush, like on the trail. I'm just getting, Aquarius, that you're going to be given some insight, and I hope that you embrace it, and this is all what it's about, right? This game of life. Kirsten, I could definitely use some insight right now. Well, it sounds like you're going to have fun. You've got things you're doing, but also in the moments that are quiet, you're going to be really in tune, so pay attention. It sounds like you're going to have some breakthroughs, and I'm excited for you guys. Your good days are the 20th and the 21st, and your demanding days are like right away, 4, 5, and 6. So the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. Aquarius, those are your days where you're going to find them a little more challenging. And finally, our last sign, sun sign is Pisces. You may feel pulled in different directions. Communication could be a bit tricky, but overall, you're in a good groove. You'll find comfort in familiar places and faces. And if you work through the ups and downs, you'll come out better than ever. Well, I definitely get the feeling like for Pisces at summer, there's a lot of activities going on. There's a lot of things where you're being invited to go here or invited to do that. And there are things that you want to get done as well in your own life. And you're feeling like happy with how you're moving around and doing things and getting things done, but you're also maybe struggling on how do I tell people, like I can't go on Saturday because Saturday is the day that I'm doing this, and I'm really happy with all the progress I'm making, and I don't want to lose the progress, and I want to keep going. So how do I tell someone that without hurting their feelings, and I just need my Saturday to me for this weekend? So it sounds like you're going to figure it out. It's gonna feel trippy and tricky to do it, but you're going to be okay. And you know what? You're going to gain experience for speaking up for yourself and saying, yeah, that's not a good day for me. Or just being okay with saying, I need to stay home and I need to do my laundry. So let's finish off this astrology reading with Pisces, your good days, the 22nd and the 23rd. And your demanding days are coming up soon, the 7th and the 8th. And that's that. Did I show you the pretty picture for July? Look at this. This is the Cancer lady. She's gorgeous. Yeah, this calendar has beautiful artwork. Love it. Think you got to see her all there? Beautiful. Ooh, MG. I need like a big desk, stuff all around me. I don't know. I'm one of these. I need all the things around me to feel safe and comfortable. Okay, well that was fun. Beautiful, Shannon says. Good. I'm glad. It's kind of fun to read our sun signs. So for anyone joining us now, it's Claudette. My name is Claudette Huber. I'm with Happy Thoughts. It's my show, and it's just a fun place where we all join and talk and chat. I'm looking at the comments. And hey, I wanted to ask everybody, I know not all of you can chime in at the same time, but I do have an option now where I can click a button, and whenever you comment, it shows up on the screen. And I don't know how everyone feels about their privacy, if they would like that. I can start doing that, and everybody that's watching can see the comments coming up on the screen where I'm at. So I'll leave that with you guys. You can let me know what you think. Now, we're ready for the birthdays. And I have all kinds of cool stuff to talk about for birthdays. And I did think that I played the song very long last time. So we're going to go in. I'm going to start playing the birthday music because I love it. And I'm just going to lower it just a little bit. So where's my grand birthday? Because we're going to play this while we do the birthdays. I'm just going to lower it slightly. All right. So today, the beautiful Renee Vincent, it's her birthday. It's her birthday today. So I want to wish you a happy birthday, Renee. And for anyone who knows any of these people, be sure to reach out and wish them a happy birthday. Aaron Clark. So Aaron Clark is an interesting fella. I wanted to share with you something over, where are we? I think it's right here. So I'm going to share my screen for Aaron Clark to introduce you to him, because you might find this interesting for some of you. So that's not what I do. Present, share screen, go into Facebook, share, and where do I go? Mysterious Universe is where I want to go. Here we go. So this is the MJ is what they call it, MU, Mysterious Universe. And it's a podcast that's been around for a very long time. And the two, now I think that they went through some sort of change, and unfortunately I don't listen to them as often as I used to. I used to religiously listen to them. But they've had a podcast for 32 seasons, and I'm telling you, it's high quality production. Mysterious Universe. Follow us. So on Instagram here, it's MYSTERIOUS, Mysterious UNIV. But I will have links again in the show notes. But I wanted to show you, like, this is a sample. Like yesterday they posted this, and is it gonna let me? It kind of bounced up. Wasn't that interesting? I wonder if that's them. There's, oh, here. I think I was clicking. Here we go. They do like top-notch production stuff, and they have this fun banter back and forth, Ben and Aaron, if they're still doing it. Now, I thought the last season when they wrapped up, they said something about they were changing and starting another show, and someone else was taking this over. I'm not sure, but Aaron is one of the hosts for this show, as far as I still know. And yeah, you can just check it out. Mysterious Universe, absolutely awesome. I mean, you can see the graphics here. Like, he has always picked the best of the best for like audio, sound, and audio equipment, and the graphics, and they just have a great banter about them. Very down to earth Australians. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Now, let me see. I can't find myself anymore, so we're going to remove from here. So happy birthday, Aaron. I'm sure he's not watching, but I love saying happy birthday to my friends anyhow. You never know. So happy birthday to Aaron. And then we've got Earl Klein tomorrow. I sold him a house in Tumbler Ridge, him and his wife. So I want to say happy birthday to Earl. Carmen Pegg was our neighbor in Tumbler, actually in the same cul-de-sac, I believe, as Earl Klein. So happy birthday to Carmen. Diana Zinsley is a mama to a very good friend of mine. So I wanted to say a special happy birthday to Diana Zinsley. And then we've got Virginia. Virginia. These are all birthdays for tomorrow now. Earl, Carmen, Diana, and Virginia. Noel, she does the Northern Crochet and Crafts. So we're going to go right back in and share again. I guess I can just go right into here because I wanted to show you her and give her a shout out. It's her birthday. Why not promote her business, right? Northern Crochet and Craft. There, it pops up because I was already looking her up to make sure I would be able to find her. So this is her page. So she's often at craft fairs, or she will also just post things on her Facebook page that she's selling. So here she's just made these little coasters, which is kind of cute. I think she called these brains or something. Let me look. Freshly conjured, fully caffeinated, this skull brain coaster set is ready to meet your mug. So she makes crocheted items. Let me see, she's made some really cute stuff too. Boy, she's really into skulls all of a sudden. Oh, there, see? She makes other things like this. A little handmade magic mousie for a friend. Aww. Yeah. Oh, look at, there's even some fizzy stuff coming out of this little beaker. Yeah. She's very talented. So, very cool. I love that little guy. So, happy birthday to her. To Virginia. Now, back in we come. There we go. I'm going to say... Did you even see that? Beautiful. I don't think you saw it. There we go. There's the mouse. This is Virginia. She's called Northern Crochet and Crafts. That's her business. And I was showing you earlier the brain coasters. There we go. Skull brain coaster. Oh, I bet you this is a pocket. And then all of these fit in there. Just getting that. And then I found this cute little mouse she made. And there's the beaker with the stuff coming out of it. So yes, she's often at craft fairs and whatnot. And you can find her there. Or you can find her in the links in the show notes. And you can reach out to her. Now you see it. Okay, so darn, you didn't get to see it earlier. Did you see the MU stuff? I hope you did. Okay, so just wanted to, it's fun to look at different things. I like to talk to you guys just like I'm talking to a friend and share different things that I do and I know about. That's what it is all about, right? Okay, so I'm going to remove this now and we're going to go to our Dear Claudette letters. So I still don't have a letter, you guys. Come on, make something up. No, I'm just kidding. But if there is somebody who would like to ask me something and they would rather me not know who they are and they just would like to ask me something, or they want a topic talked about, or they want to share even an event, like you want me to talk about your event coming up, I'll be happy to do that. You can send letters, handwritten letters. And I've got an address here that I thought I made. There we go. Right here on the screen, you'll see the address where you can mail a Dear Claudette letter to. And I'll just leave it there for a little while so you can get a pen and paper and mark that down, or even take your phone and screenshot it if you're watching from your phone. This is a segment that I would love to get going, and it's just people can write a letter, tell me about what's going on, what's challenging them, or what they're struggling with, and we'll talk about it. I will read the letter out loud, and I would love, we'll just give you a name like Dear Troubled in Northern Rockies or something, like whatever it is. We'll just figure it out, and I would love to get letters. I do have 2 mailboxes. They're located at the exit door of our store at the front. We have entry doors at the front of our store, and we have exit doors at the front of our store. You would not believe how many people don't know that. They use our entry door for entry and exit. They have they had no idea that those doors are there. And I mean, they're wide open. It's a wide open area. It's just hilarious to me when people are like, oh, that's an exit door there? So anyway, when you exit, or if you're walking on the street, just make your way over to the exit, and there are mailbox spots there, and you can just drop off a letter too if you want without having to send it in the mail. So, leave that with you. What else do we want to talk about today? Yes, guess what today is? It's World UFO Day. I am serious. World UFO Day. Dun dun dun. Crazy. Let me see here if I can find. There we go. I found this little clip, this little art here on Pinterest. I thought that'd be fun. Yeah, today is called World UFO Day. And oh, the music is still playing. Thank you, David. Totally forgot. I'm so sorry, you guys. You're probably getting totally annoyed now. There we go. It's off. There's lots of stuff to take care of. You saw the MU page. Good. So World UFO Day, guys. July 2nd. Every year it's the same thing. It's the World UFO Day. And I want to do a little shout out to my friend, Chris Rakowski. And so again, we're doing all kinds of stuff. We're going to jump in because I had this really cool page ready. So I am going to go to present, share screen. I'm going to my Facebook page again because I want to go to Facebook, share. And I really hope it's on the screen. Is it on? Yes, it's on the screen. Okay, so I'm going back because I can't see it once I'm in my Facebook. And I'm going to punch in my friend's name because I had wanted to share with you this gentleman from Canada in Manitoba. And I'm flipping through here because I want you to hear this little video. This explains Chris Rakowski in a really cool way so that you understand who he is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, so I'm going to unmute it.
Before this, which I think is wild.
Then what happens after that?
Yeah. And so, well, first of all, let's back up too. I love a good history beat. Before this, which I think is wild, is that Chris Rakowski is a UFO researcher. And before 1995, or sorry, between 1995 and 2022, he was collecting all.
Oh, I wonder if you guys can't hear it. Now I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh.
Is that Chris Rakowski is a UFO researcher, and before 1995, or sorry, between 1995 and 2022, he was collecting all of the UFO national records and data collections for the RCMP, the National Defense and Transport Canada. So he was one guy by himself in Manitoba that was then writing books and releasing reports.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Then what happens after that?
Yeah. And so, well, first of all, let's back up too. I love a good history beat. Before this, which I think is wild, is that Chris Rakowski is a UFO researcher. And before 1995, or sorry, between 1995 and 2022, he was collecting all of the UFO national records and data collections for the RCMP, the National Defense and Transport Canada. So he was one guy by himself in Manitoba that was then writing books and releasing reports.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Then what happens after that?
Yeah. And so
then what happens after that?
Yeah. And so, well, first of all, let's back up too. I love a good history beat.
I'm going to mute this now. And I want to show you something else. So being that it is World UFO Day, I want to read to you a Canadian account of a UFO incident because it is one that Chris Rakowski, the gentleman they just spoke about, what he experienced. So I'm going to share the screen again. And this time I just got to find Falcon Lake. Share. Some of you, so this is the book he ended up writing, Chris Rakowski, When They Appeared, Falcon Lake, 1967, the inside story of a close encounter. Canada has a lot of interesting UFO stories, but I thought this one would be really fun and interesting to talk about just briefly. Look at this picture. That right there, that's an imprint, like burn marks. And look at the pattern, like all these little circles on his belly. Son of Man, involved in the famous Manitoba UFO case, has written a book about the ongoing mystery. And so this gentleman's name was Stefan Michalak, and he was treated at a hospital for burns to his chest and his stomach that later turned into raised sores on a grid-like pattern. I'm just going to stick here. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, wonderful. Stan Michalak can still vividly remember when his dad came home sick and injured after something happened in the Falcon Lake woods in Manitoba on the May long weekend of 1967. It was something that put his family life into upheaval and remains one of the world's best known UFO encounters. I recalled seeing him in bed. He didn't look good at all. He looked pale, haggard, said Michalak, who was 9 years old at the time and was allowed to see his dad for a couple of minutes on the day after what soon became known as the Falcon Lake incident, Canada's most famous UFO encounter. Then there was the smell. When I walked into the bedroom, there was a huge stink in the room, like a real horrible aroma of sulfur and burnt motor. It was all around, and it was coming out of his pores. It was bad, said Michalak, who co-authored the book When They Appeared with Winnipeg UFO researcher Chris Rakowski. The book will be launched on Saturday, so that's not the part that we need. But there's a picture of what he saw. And you see down here the dots? They look very similar to like the way the burn looked on his chest. So here's the encounter. Stephen Michalak was an industrial mechanic by trade and an amateur geologist who liked to venture into the wilderness around Falcon Lake, about 150 kilometers east of Winnipeg, to prospect for quartz and silver. He had staked some claims the prior year and set out on the May long weekend in 1967 to explore some more. On May 20th, 1967, Stephen was near a vein of quartz along the Precambrian Shield in the area when the 51-year-old was startled by a gaggle of nearby geese that erupted into a clattering of honks. Yeah, it says a grid of dots can be seen on Stephen's burnt shirt. You can see it in the picture. Look at how ripped and look at here. It's like charred. This is quite the story. According to his accounts, as reported in newspapers at the time and since repeated in books, magazines, TV shows like Unsolved Mysteries, Stephen looked up, saw two cigar-shaped objects with a reddish glow hovering about 45 meters away. One descended, according to Stephen's account, landing on a flat section of rock and taking on more of a disc shape. Okay, get that. It changed shape, guys. Oh my gosh. It's really interesting too, because I could go on a tangent about this because people are talking about sightings where these objects seem to be changing shape, and I just clued in. He talked about that happening in this case. The other remained in the air for a few minutes before flying off, so they split up. Believing it to be a secret U.S. military experimental craft, Stephen sat back and sketched it over the next half hour. Then he decided, half hour, guys, it sat there. Then he decided to approach, later recalling the warm air and smell of sulfur as he got closer, as well as the whirring sound of motors and a hissing of air. So that's this picture up here. I imagine that's his sketch. Yeah. Very interesting. What's this picture about? A piece of the radioactive metal that was retrieved from the crash site in '68. It was found in the cracks of the Precambrian rock. Wow. I've forgotten so much about this story. He also noted a door open on the side with bright lights inside and said he heard voices muffled by the sounds from the craft. He said he called out, offering mechanical help to the Yankee boys if they needed it. The voices went quiet but did not answer. So Stephen tried in his native Polish, then in Russian, and finally in German. Only the roar and hiss of the craft responded. He claims he went closer and noted the smooth metal of the ship with no seams. That's a very common thing for people to describe of the ships. He then looked into the bright doorway, pulling on the welding goggles he used to protect his eyes while chipping at rocks during prospecting. Oh, he put on that. I didn't remember that. Inside, Stephen said he saw light beams and panels of various colored flashing lights, but could not see anyone or any living thing. And when he stepped away, 3 panels slid across the door opening and sealed it. He reached to touch the craft, which he said melted the fingertips of the glove he was wearing. The craft then began to turn counterclockwise, and Stephen said he noticed a panel that contained a grid of holes. And shortly afterwards, he was struck in the chest by a blast of air or gas that pushed him backwards and set his shirt and cap ablaze. He ripped away the burning garments as the craft lifted off and flew away. That was just so crazy. Disoriented and nauseous, Stephen stumbled through the forest and vomited. He eventually made his way back to his motel room in Falcon Lake and then caught a bus back to Winnipeg. He was treated at a hospital for burns to his chest and stomach that later turned into raised sores on a grid-like pattern, and for weeks afterwards, he suffered from diarrhea, headaches, blackouts, and weight loss. Once the story was out, the RCMP, the Air Force, the media, various government agencies, and hordes of gawking members of the public descended on the Michalak Small River Heights bungalow in Winnipeg. And that's who Michalak refers to in the title of the book. Those endless visitors and phone calls, the media and people camping on the lawn, the people who would follow Michalak to school one day, peppering him with questions. It flipped our lives over, he said. It took several years before it finally died down. So anyway, there's a lot more to that story, but I wanted to share with you that incredible story because it's a Canadian one, and we've just celebrated Canada Day, and it's World UFO Day, so I was able to combine 2 things that I love. How's about that? I hope that you enjoyed that story. I'm going to have the links to the CBC radio link to that Falcon Lake incident and how you can get Chris Rakowski's book that he co-authored with the son of Stephen Michalak. And I think we're just about nearing the end here. We're at a few minutes past 9. So events in town. Very quickly, I need to stop screen. Also, I want to bring this up for you guys because what's coming up this weekend here in Dawson Creek looks pretty fun. For those of you who've been there, I know you know what we're talking about. It's the big Rib Fest. So here, I'm just going to pick this and share this. I hope you can see that. I think you can. Yeah. So coming up this weekend, we've got the Rib Fest and music. So it's called Dare to Dream. It looks like it's sponsored by Northwest Spirit Rotary Club. So thank you to them for bringing this to Dawson Creek. There's a $5 wristband for all-day fun, water slide, bouncy castle, free water balloon fight starting at 2 o'clock on Saturday and then another one on Sunday. That sounds a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm the Rib Fest. I'm not sure, but it does cost definitely to go and partake in that. So yeah, Dare to Dream, dc.ca, and I'm sure it won't be very difficult to find information on the music festival. Oh, there's our Kin Park right there. I'm not very far away from there, and you can see the screen up there. So yeah, lots of fun. So I just wanted to bring that up for anyone that is looking for something to do this weekend. That is happening. And I know a lot of people are looking forward to having some yummy ribs and some yummy food. So we'll remove that. Coming up for guests, we've done our astrology today. So we've got Michelle and Kevin. July 16th, now I'm going to talk to her. Of course, she just had that awful accident with her hand. So we'll see how they're feeling about doing that on the 16th. July 23rd, we've got Fawn coming back to do rune readings or whatever she's got planned. I mean, she's going to be coming fresh from England and her trip. So we may just talk about her trip and see what that was all about. We'll see what she wants to do. And then July 30th, that's the last Wednesday of this month, July, I will be taking a week off. So I'm going to be out of town and enjoying some family time. We hear it, we hear it, we hear it. We could hear it. Awesome. So hopefully I didn't freak everybody out with that story about UFOs, but anybody who knows me, that's what I'm very passionate about. I didn't want to forget to wish Rhonda Palczynski like the best. I hope she has the greatest new beginnings in the new place that she's moving to. Rhonda's a long-time resident in our community, and she's done a lot for people when they've been in times of need. She's got a big heart, always a woman of service above and beyond, and she's leaving Dawson Creek. She's going and trying new adventures, and I think that it's well deserved for her. So I want to wish her well. Rhonda, I hope that you have amazing adventures and brand new experiences. So for anybody shopping for the next 7 days until the next show, and you want to use my special sales code, it's called Canada 25 this week in celebration of Canada Day. So Canada 25. Congratulations, Rhonda. I know. And she's moving very far away, I think. Just want to go to where is our code for shopping? Here it is. And I don't need my address on there anymore, I don't think. I think everybody's got it. Sometimes it's weird. You can't see things the way you'd like to see them. There it is. Hide. We don't need that anymore. So shopping code is running along the bottom of the screen if you need to write it down. If you come into the store from starting tomorrow until next Wednesday and you tell me Canada 25, I will give you 15% off your store purchase. It's that easy. All you have to do is say Canada 25 and you, will get 15% off your store purchase. I'm also wanting to I think it might be useful if I go and give you guys a link to YouTube. So I'm going over to my channel here for a second, and I think I can just go like this, Command C, and I'm coming back in because I want to go put this into the comments. If there's some of you maybe that are unsure of where to go or how to do it, I'm going to put in the comments for those of you who are interested and don't want to miss a show, because I don't know what the future is going to be like. I don't know how long I'll be in the store for. It could be 4 months, it could be 2 months, and I would just like to start getting everyone kind of used to the idea that they should be going to YouTube to listen to these shows every Wednesday. So I thought a great way to do that is to put it in the show right here into the comments, and you can just click on it and click subscribe, and then that way you're done. Now you'll get notifications when there is a show coming up every Wednesday. Well, I think that's it for, I want to say thank you to Grace for moderating the show. Today went pretty good. Christopher and I heard some noises. We both looked at each other. I said, did you hear that? He said, yeah, I heard that. So I'm not sure if that was upstairs or downstairs, but there was a little bit of commotion. But Grace might have been busy with Frank for a minute, but she got in here and everything was fine after that. So I want to thank you, Grace, for always being such a great hostess and looking after all our guests in the spirit world. My beautiful Grace, my angel. And I want to dedicate this show, as I dedicate all my shows to Charlene McCain. She was a great inspiration and a wonderful show host, and I loved her little shows, The Paranormal Sunday. So guys, unless you have anything else you want to tell me in the chat, I'm kind of looking and paying attention. I think we're at the end of our show. We're already over 9 o'clock. So I'm just going to take a few minutes here and make sure we're all good. As Blake says, we're going to love you and leave you. I think we covered everything. I can't think of anything else that I needed to talk about. I've got a lot of show notes to put in here after the show as well. It's looking like we are good to go. I'm curious to know if Instagram even played. I feel like it didn't. I don't even know where it is actually up here anymore. It shows a green check mark and everything, so I don't know. It's very confusing. Love you and leave you. Have a great week, you guys. Thank you for watching the show. I love and appreciate your support, and I can't wait for next week. We're all going to have a wonderful week. Enjoy that sunshine, and let's make sure we check and circle the days we need to for our sun signs on our calendars. All right, I am going to, no Instagram, Dave says. Oh, yeah. All right, well, let's get our song playing and call it a night. I love this song. It's such a great way to say goodbye to everybody. So here it goes.
Sometimes it's hard to find a reason why, when everything is falling and all that's left to do is try your best to keep holding on to the next sunrise. But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Sometimes a mountain means it's time to climb higher than you've been before. So hold on tight and close your eyes. You'll make it faster than you know. Closer to the sunrise. 'Cause you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found.